Now, streaming live, this is KSLA News Now.
Good morning. You're watching KSLA News 12 Now. I'm Celeste Lay. Here's a look at our top stories this morning. Hundreds of Louisiana lawmakers are heading to the state capitol today as a new legislative session kicks off. Lawmakers must pass a new state budget, and they filed hundreds of other bills as well. One bill will limit what information insurance companies can use to set your premiums. Another bill would allow the carrying of guns on college campuses. The session gavels in at noon today. And Shreveport police are investigating a drive-by shooting at Alston Street and Northdale Avenue. Police say someone fired from the back window of a passing car, hitting a 30-year-old man in the leg as he stood on the sidewalk. Medics transported him to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No arrests have been made, and anyone with information is asked to call the Shreveport police. In other news, Shreveport police say a pedestrian is dead after being struck by two vehicles. This happened around 9 o'clock at East Dalzell and Uri Drive last Friday. Police say a southbound car on Uri struck the pedestrian who was in the middle of the road. Then a second vehicle hit the victim. Police say both drivers voluntarily gave blood samples. Right now, neither driver is facing charges. The Louisiana Supreme Court has suspended Shreveport City Court Judge Shiva Sims. The court suspended Sims for 9 months without pay and ordered her to repay more than $5,800. Justices say Sims showed impatience towards a plaintiff, overstepped her role in an eviction case, and failed to follow criminal procedure laws. The court also cited a history of misconduct that it says has damaged public trust. We will continue to follow this story. And a federal grand jury has indicted a Shreveport man accused of making online threats against federal officials. A federal grand jury in Shreveport indicted Justin Chadwick Butler on 3 counts. He was indicted for cyber stalking and for threats against the Speaker of the House and President Donald Trump. Court documents say Butler used social media to post graphic messages about killing who he called traitors, directly tagging the Speaker's accounts. If convicted, he faces up to 5 years in federal prison on each count and supervised release. All right, so people woke up to earthquakes, and then it's also going to be raining possibly today and throughout this week. So we've got a lot to
mess
cover.
to sort out. Earthquake that you might have woken up to early this morning, and again on top of that, just a little chance of severe weather, even with those few storms that'll set up here for the day today. Here's the current map of what the severe weather threat looks like here for your Monday. Only a marginal risk in play, but that still gives us at least a low threat of severe weather. We'll be talking about the exact timing of how the next 3 potential rainy days go out coming up.
KSLA First Alert Weather.
Good morning. Welcome on into your Monday. Some of you might have gotten already a rude awakening, even though we just had the time change over the weekend. Earthquake. This is breaking this morning. This happened about 2 hours ago, just over 2 hours ago. The same locations as last week's happened. To be fair, magnitude was a little bit less, around 4, but that was still enough to get many reports in from many of you at home. And keep in mind, this is the first of a chain of like 3 or 4 of the earthquakes that happened around the same time at the same location. So we'll keep you weather aware about that and continue to keep you first alert with more details as we learn more. Meanwhile, in the weather department, it's more about the storms. Look at the radar site here for now. It's completely dry from head to toe around the Arklatex here for you. But look at the northwest corner. We do have a stray storm that's falling on eastward. And look at how powerful it is. Lots of lightning, lots of heavy rain tracked within that cell itself. Now, even though that's the only cell we're mentioning for now, that's kind of the theme here for the day today. Just a few of those cells trying to maneuver around the Arklatex, but they still could give us some strong impacts. Heavy rain and maybe even a chance of severe weather here for you today. Temperatures mid to upper 60s. This is certainly affecting everybody on a warm, cloudy morning. But again, some of those storms might come into fruition here for the day today. Anywhere around the Arklatex at any point of the day as well. Meanwhile, we have another chance of storms again tomorrow, mostly in the northern end of the Arklatex here for you on your Tuesday before we start bringing in chances of severe weather. It's going to start late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning in areas along and north of the I-30 corridor, and it's especially going to ramp up in the central portion of the Arklatex during the day on Wednesday. Look at this dark red shade setting up. That is never a good sign on the future track. That could give us a substantial chance of not only rainfall but also severe weather too, so stay weather aware here for the middle of this week before we clear that out and we have a beautiful Thursday, Friday, and weekend for you ahead. First, let's check your traffic now. Heading on into Shreveport first. Just a little delay. The intersection looks like of Uri Drive and 70th Street set up for you there. The rest of this is looking like a full green slate. That's good to go. Jimmy Davis Bridge, nice and smooth there for you in both directions. Good to see that on the Barksdale Boulevard. Also moving up northbound for now. Benton Road and Airline Drive are looking good if you're trying to come southbound down towards I-220. Lastly, Texarkana, all smooth and good to go there. Hey, coming up, we'll continue to keep you first alert all about the rain potential over the next 3 continuous days. I know it's a lot to get through, but to be fair, some of you probably won't get rain today or tomorrow. You'll be definitely getting storms, though, on Wednesday. We'll have the full outlook for you, again, in a future forecast.
All right, you all know what a Swiftie is, but now it's getting some third-party validation. Dictionary.com is adding it to its online dictionary. The website officially defines it as a, quote, a fan of the music of Taylor Swift. The singer trademarked the word back in 2017 and uses it on her merchandise. Dictionary.com regularly adds new words to keep up with how the English language evolves. I think this is so fun. You know, I used to be a Swiftie back in the day.
Yeah. You faded out?
Might have faded out just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I can't keep track of her newer stuff. I don't know what it is.
I loved it when she was a country artist.
Ah.
Those were the days.
That's
and
the
then
roots.
Red and, what was the other one? Enchanted
Yeah.
or Midnights. I mean, they're all pretty good, but not a Swiftie anymore.
No.
Unfortunately.
I can't consider myself that I was one to begin with, though. But I know there's several of them out there.
Oh, yes. We know
They're
them.
everywhere.
They're everywhere.
You can stay connected with us right here on the KSLA News 12 app. Hey, we got lots for you coming up later on this morning. Our next newscast is at 9 this morning, followed by that, the First Alert with a Breakdown, which goes over your thorough weather forecast in about 10 to 15 minutes. I will be your host looking at the rain chances over the next 3 days, so feel free to join us for us then.
All right, and don't forget you can also watch KSLA News 12 at noon right here on KSLA News 12 Now. Every weekday at 7 in the morning and 9 at night, you can watch KSLA News 12 Now. We will be streaming your top stories on the KSLA News 12 app, Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. All right, leaving you with a live look at traffic this morning. The sun is slowly starting to come up. Daylight saving time, remember, so sunlight is coming up a lot later than we're used to right now.